Drill instructor / drill sergeant subreddit. What's the funniest thing you've seen a recruit do that you couldn't laugh at? Had two guys get in a fight in our bay during basic. Drill sergeant made them hold hands and pretending to be on a date all week. Only time they could let go of each other's hands was rack time. They ended up becoming pretty good friends. Edit. Thanks for the goal. Yusuf. T. Are you finished yet? Trainee done. No, sir. I'm done. T. Walks away to avoid laughing. In my basic training class I was a squad leader, which is essentially just a person who does extra chores. Anyways, for reasons unknown, myself and the other squad leaders were doing push-ups in the drill sergeant's office. Now when you do these push-ups you eventually reach muscle failure, so you just sorta hang out there in the front leaning rest and try to bust out another push-up every few seconds or so. We're all in there dying, and the drill sergeant says to one of my buddies, "Private Hudson, tell me what's the difference between basic training and being in prison?" Without missing a beat, Private Hudson says, "Drill sergeant, in prison they get to watch TV." The drill sergeant cracked a little bit of a smile and then told us to get up and get out of there. We had this kid who kept pissing himself. One day, after the range, he informs RD that he had shit himself right after showers. Squad base starts to hold back laughter. Rito's not funny. Awkward silence. Okay, it was a little funny, but we are not logging. Man never cracked a smile during the whole thing. What's that disgusting crap all over your glasses, maggot? I believe it's your saliva. Drill sergeant, sir. Close SIs and waits for death. Buddy of mine told a story when he was at basic. One guy had said Arismao Ramo to the female DS earlier in the date, so when they were all lined up, she was going down the line, asking each person if they called her Mayaram earlier. The guy who did was fourth in line, heard the three previous guys say, "Arino." Drill sergeant ran then said in all seriousness, "Arino Mayaramo." Edit. Thanks for my first silver. What I'm getting from this thread is that military training is like joining a non-consensual improv troupe. Edit. Wow, this comment got a lot more attention than I expected. Thanks for both the silver and the gold. Had a soldier one time stop doing mountain climbers while we were being smoked as a platoon. DS came up and squatted down, yelling in his face why he stopped. Recruit yelled back, "This soldier has made it to the top of the mountain." Drill sergeant, Dude just walked away trying not to break with laughter. During FTX, the DS told me to get a trash bag, then go around and collect as many pine cones as I could. For like 3 hours. Had a bunch of trash bags. He then took a little walk around, contemplated for a bit, then said that he was mistaken, and it looks better with pine cones. He ordered me to redistribute all the pine cones. Not me, but I had a great team sergeant who had a floater, wonky eye, that he was blind in from an injury in Iraq. So one eye was dead on and worked fine, but he had this one Uncle Ruckus eye that just did its own thing. He was a very physically imposing man with that classic drill sergeant bass-filled voice, and his crazy eye just added to it, and he knew it. He told a story about his time as a drill sergeant when two privates had sat down on fire watch and were kinda just being real lackadaisical about their duties when he found them. So he starts just giving them the business classic Full Metal Jacket style, and finally he just ending his rant right before he's about to smoke them for who knows how long, when one of the offending privates just says, "Drill sergeant, are you yelling at us or the water fountain?" It stopped him dead in his rage and he just walked away mid-knife hand. Never was a drill sergeant, but when I was going through US Army Infantry School, 2004, we were taking showers when one of the drills came in and called us to toe the line. When I got out of the shower I found someone had stolen my PT uniform and towel. So I grabbed my shaving cream and covered my cock in cream, then walked out to my bunk. The drill came up to me asking what the fuck I thought I was doing. I told him my clothes and towel were gone, so I did the next best thing. He said, "You know what? You're going to do alright in the infantry." Edit. Wow, I only posted this 2 hours ago and already 1896 karma? Thanks I guess. I've got to embarrass myself more often. Edit 2. Thanks for the gold. Dude or dudette. Edit 3. Thanks for the silver. Wait, what? It doesn't do anything. It just shows up on my comment and does nothing. What the fuck? In the academy, one of the Ds had a recruit doing push-ups. He told the kid he was going to do push-ups for 5 minutes straight, or something like that. As soon as the kid started, another D approached the first D and started arguing that the kid hadn't really fucked up that bad, and he didn't really deserve to be punished. After some back and forth, he agreed that the kid did indeed deserve to be punished. The first D then said loudly that he had not checked his watch, so he would have to start the 5 minutes now. At that time another D approached and started asking for mercy on the recruit, who was by now basically just humping the ground sweetly. It went on like that for a while. Good times. Had two guys laugh when RDC walked in, so he had them stand almost noses touching each other. One would yell, "Oh, and to hear a Yoko," and the other would yell, "Oh, ha ha ha," repeatedly for hours. It was hilarious at first, but once their voices started to crackle it got old pretty quick. Edit. Thanks for the silver is my fur. Story from my wife, while she was in BCT. They are eating chow one day early on, maybe first or second day out of reception, and they hear a drill instructor yelling, "Why the fuck are you eating salad with a spoon?" Apparently, in reception they had been told not to bother with forks, since they had 5 minutes to eat their meals. Dude wanted a salad. He decided fuck it, I'm eating salad with a spoon. Hilarity ensued. Drill instructors let everyone know that not using forks is a dumb fucking rule, and whoever told them, that is fucking stupid. We had two 5 feet 1 inch stocky blonde guys named Johnson in our company. One cycled different platoons. No relation at all, but they looked really similar. One day during grass week a couple J-hats made them face each other and go back and forth screaming, "You're not Johnson, I'm Johnson." "No. Fuck you. You're not Johnson, I'm Johnson." You have absolutely no clue how hard it was to not break into a million pieces after about 5 minutes of that. Not a D, but I enjoyed watching this happen. On hikes my D's loved having conversations using the recruits as messengers. The D at the end of the formation would send a recruit to the front to give the D up there a message and back. They would either have stupid conversations or talk trash using the recruit. During basic, the standard for clearing the range was to point your M16A2 rifle up and down range, and the DS would then clear each rifle with a brass rod. Upon completion, each recruit said "no brass, no ammo, drill sergeant." One soldier fucked up and said, "No ass, no bramo." RDS stopped, sat down, laughed, got up and forced everyone to push until he was done clearing each platoon's rifles. Edit. Thank you for my first silver. This question was great for remembering some great things from years ago. Edit 2, and wow, my first gold? You guys are awesome. Thank you much. Final edit. Thank also for my first platinum and another silver. I hope my memories made you laugh as well. We were not allowed to talk during chow at the galley. You had to point at what you wanted another recruit to pass, and they had to silently pass it. One recruit wanted a napkin and pointed. The other recruit asked if this. The CC's Coast Guard DS immediately came over, circling him like sharks, screaming at him. They made him put like 10 saltines in his mouth and chew until his mouth was full. Then asked the first recruit if he wanted a napkin again. He barely could get it out, spitting pieces of cracker everywhere. Then they screamed at the first recruit to answer him, but we were all silently cracking up. Sounded like this. A few went a napkin. Pieces of saltines flying out. Answer him. Cracking up. Almost crying. Reno. Thank you. It was the best. Not in boot camp, but in a school setting in the military. In formation one morning, I heard a slap, and a guy killed a fly or a mosquito or something. The instructor started screaming that corpsmen do not kill unless defending themselves, their marines or patients. He had just killed a unarmed friendly and will give it a proper burial. So he made us all dig a human-sized grave while the sailor that killed the fly stood there watching with dead fly in hand. We gave it a funeral and everything without honors and had to fill in the hole. We kinda hated that guy for a while. An RDC in another division asked a guy if he shaved that morning and the guy claimed he had. The RDC said, "At a rare recruit, you are either a werewolf or you are lying. So which is it?" The guy responded, "He must be a werewolf, petty officer." I work at basic training ranges, and we had a drill sergeant yell at his solider while they were getting ready to go down a buddy live fire exercise. The solider froze and started crying. This 18-year kid was just in tears for getting yelled at. The DS yelled at him some more, and he finally gave up cause this kid would not stop crying. So he made him scoop tears off his face and put them in his pockets till he filled his pockets up with tears. He did this for like an hour. It was hilarious. When I was in boot camp, our drill instructor had a recruit sit in front of his own reflection, stainless steel panel, and continually asked himself if he really wanted to be here for 3 fucking hours, all while screaming at him to me in it, and I don't believe you, I don't know how they did not crack up. Was hilarious.